This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna, and special thank you to our sponsors, Sphere Rocket VA, for getting me connected today with Michelle. Welcome to the show.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me.
Of course, we're excited to get to know you. And Michelle, the best way to do that, I guess, is to start at the beginning. So who are you? Where are you at? Where are you from? And how did you find yourself in real estate?
Oh, gosh. Okay. So who am I? Michelle Saward. And I am from a community called Downriver, Michigan. That's a collection of communities. It's basically southeastern Michigan, just southeastern Detroit, essentially, is where we're located, just southeast there. And we Lake Erie. So there we go, around the water. And I've been in real estate for 20 years. Just a little over a month ago now, it's 20 years in the business. And I think that was that it? That was a lot loaded in that
Pretty
question.
much, yeah, just who you are, where you're from, what market you're in now. So you nailed that. And Michelle, how did you come across EXP? Was it your first brokerage, or how were you introduced to it?
Oh, no, Gianna, that is not the case at all. I started way back in the day, 20 years ago at Century 21. It's funny, I just came across some old track record information, like literally 2 nights ago, digging through old photos and found some track record information from back in the day. So I started in 2001 at Century 21. And then the down economy hit in Michigan in 2006, 1 year after I got married and the house. And the brokerage that I worked for closed 2 of his 4 offices. One of them was one of the ones that I worked out of. And so I ran over to their parent company, or sister company, rather, not parent, sister company, Coldwell Banker. I just followed my excellent manager over there. And that's where I met some amazing people at that time at Coldwell Banker. Just an epic opportunity at that point in time. It was, if I name drop some of the people that were in the same office with me at the same time, you'd be like, what? Mark Z, Jeff Glover, we were all together in the same office at the same time. So we all sort of came up together at that time. It was a fantastic opportunity during the down economy. So we were all kind of trudging through it together at that same time. And then my broker was pretty smart, because as soon as we came out of that down economy, they sold their offices. They built up the business to this big mega thing, propped up the valuation pretty good, and retired and got out of it. So I found myself again looking for another brokerage. So I did 9 years at an independent brokerage thereafter. That was a big chunk of my career where I really started to scale. And it was along the lines of welcome back home, because the Coldwell Banker office I went to was a little bit out of the area from where I grew up and where people knew me best.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, that's really cool. And so then how did you get introduced to EXP, right? So what's your story? Who introduced it to you? What did you like about it? And what caused you to make the jump? I'm sure it was scary.
Well, it was interesting because I got to a certain level of production, which was really still something I'm working on, is breaking that 200 deal marker. I realized, at least back in 2016, I just came across an old email from 2016. It was like, we sold 180 homes last year or something like that. And I was sort of stuck at that production for a couple of years. And I went to my current broker at the independent brokerage and said, hey, I'm looking to scale and grow. What can I do? I'll buy this building, help expand your brand. What can we work on together? And he politely said, not interested, kid. That was pretty much the answer I got. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm in a situation now. I should really go look at what it is that I need to grow. And what do I need to grow? I need to learn team building, because in order to break that 200 deal barrier, what I'm currently doing isn't working. I'm going to have to leverage it in some other way. I'm going to have to figure it out. And so my friends, Mark Z, who went to Keller Williams, I reached out to him, and I'm giving you the short version, and said, hey, you know, I'm really thinking of going over to Keller Williams, but I heard you just left the company. What? You were there for so long and did so well. What did you do? Are you going to jail now or something? Like, how? Why would you? What? You got kicked out? How is this possible? This makes no sense. Like, I know you. You're a good human. This is not adding up. And Mark pretty much said, come here, sister. Let me show you a thing or two. And he explained why EXP, why now, why did he not do the independent route? And it all really, it clicked for me then, because I was really going down the path of like, I was going to open a Keller Williams office. And all at once, I went from being an independent real estate agent to getting my broker's license, building out my own bricks and mortar space, and my husband quitting his job and moving into EXP. So it was like this big boom, 2018, like major change. So it's been freaking phenomenal.
That's awesome. And now that you're here, you know, you fell in love with like all the tools that EXP had, and you saw some big players coming over here, and you're like, okay, success leaves breadcrumbs. I'll do it too. But what have you fallen in love with, Michelle? What keeps you at EXP?
So much. So I'll start with the unexpected as the answer to your question. The unexpected that surprised me about EXP, which was magnetizing and really kept me here, was the community. And I know everybody at your own real estate company, you've got great people and you've got great culture. I know you do. I knew plenty of nice, great people at other brokerages. That's where I met them. And that's why I was, you know, talking to them about coming here to EXP, right? But I trusted them. So, but the difference is tremendous, and you can't tell anybody about it. It's like, if you're here, you understand it and you see the difference. The collaborative difference is really what it boils down to. So that was the unexpected thing that really kept me here and made it worthwhile for me. The other thing was just my first goal in getting here to EXP was to be at zero. The only thing I wanted to do was zero out my business. And, you know, you pay a $16,000 broker cap. You can get the $16,000 back in stock. To me, that's a zero out. That's a way to like reclaim some of what you were paying, right? And then I just thought really simply, well, I've already taught 2-3 people how to sell real estate in my career, people that were working on my team. And I could certainly help 3 other people here joining the company. And that would be 6 people. And if there were 6 people selling real estate, that would just give me a free rent on my building. And I'm like, great, cool. This is all right. I'm going to build my portfolio and I'll have free rent, and I'm just going to keep doing my thing.
Right. That's just all the opportunities that EXP come with, and it's exciting. And I mean, as long as you know how to leverage it and get in there and continue the never-ending learning process that is with real estate, then EXP's got some good bones for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So it was what continues to keep me here now is, I mean, it was the biggest surprise, like I said, the community, and then the stock, of course. That was a big one. But the opportunity is what continually keeps me here now. I don't know, every single day you're given so many different opportunities to build, grow, and scale in so many different ways here at EXP. It's not just one path. And so that's what I really appreciate most.
Absolutely. There's so many avenues you can take here and kind of build your own career and what you like to do, and focus in on, different aspects of the company. If you don't even want to ever recruit, you don't have to. But I've met some agents that have a crazy cool downline that she makes $8,000 to $9,000 a month off of just her downline. Incredible.
Yeah. Oh,
That's more than most people make on a corporate salary. in it for years. So I think that's awesome, Michelle. And
Yeah.
you know, as busy as you are, how do you keep yourself sane? How do you avoid burnout mode and kind of chase after a work-life balance?
You know what? Actually, today, when we're done with this conversation, I'm going to bug out a little bit early and I'm going to go enjoy the sunshine and have a nice meal outdoors. So
Good.
I'm going to do something like that. So I just try to like take a couple breaks. I live on the water, so I have a boat. So that really helps. But I want to go back to something that you just touched on a minute ago. You said you were talking about
Recruiting?
the revenue share and how people are making incomes and salaries on that. When I came here, I had a goal of adding 3 more people to my existing 3 people that showed up here. And I had no idea it was going to turn into a whole separate financial stream of revenue for me. Like I was just thinking small, like if I could just zero out my overhead, that would be great. I had no idea it would turn into this tremendous opportunity that it did turn into. So I'm glad you mentioned that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's incredible. The things that people have done with their stock shares and the revenue shares. And it never ceases to amaze me. It's such a pleasure to talk to icons all day, every day. And their entrepreneurial mindsets are all unique in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Michelle, it's good to take yourself on little lunch dates on a Friday. Make sure that you've got, checking in with yourself, taking time away from the screen and clients and recharging. And that's awesome that you found your way to do that. So let's talk more about the Icon Award.
Yeah, let's.
So in your market, right? How many houses did you have to sell to hit your cap or icon there?
Oh, girl, I don't even keep track of that.
That's okay.
I don't know that number off the top of my head, but I usually, I icon pretty quickly. Like I think it's over in like a month, maybe 2 tops. Probably like a month, it's over. So I'm on that split, and then it's done. Then I'm back onto 100% because the number of units that I'm doing, like it's organic pretty much at this point. It's just going to happen almost without trying.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. And you're not the first person that's not known the number. Most icons just kind of put their nose down and they close homes and they're like, oh, I iconed. They don't really keep track of it. So that's okay.
Yes, that's exactly. You're like, oh, there's going to be a small little dip in income for a minute, but it doesn't feel any different to me than it's a blip on the map. It just doesn't. Yeah,
absolutely. So totally fine. But the Icon Award is more than just production. There's a cultural commitment that comes with it. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, there's mentorship, coaching, teaching back to EXP world, vetting other icons. What avenue do you take with that, Michelle?
I've done a variety of things. I've done the vetting of icons. That to me was really fun because I got to like connect with other people and get to know them. Now, thank you for reminding me because I'm doing it through the month of June. I'm doing all my community, service back to the company in June. And I'm going to be doing Google Zooms where we're creating content and collaborating with a couple other people here in the company and recording that so that we can repurpose that for education and training purposes. So those are some of the things that I've chosen. I really enjoy some of that. And I've also taught in the EXP world on the virtual stage. I've done that too. So I really enjoy the education and training and getting to know other people component. That is your task and requirement here, to be friendly and socialize with other people and, be creative and think of good things to talk about that would flourish business. That's
bummer. Well, I can't even imagine why EXP keeps putting you guys through that.
Exactly.
It really causes the culture to flourish, though, and we're used to have an opportunity to have an endless learning culture. And, again, I cannot emphasize that real estate is just a continuous learning process.
Yeah, actually, that's funny that you're, thinking about it that way. You're like, yeah, this terrible company makes you learn things from other people. Jeez.
And the top 2% of the company, like they know what they're doing. Please.
You're going to make me do that to increase my business.
You're going to make me teach new people and feel good about myself.
You're going to make me collaborate and listen.
Share my experience.
Talk to other people. Wait, isn't that sales? Wait a second. Isn't talking to other people and collaborating sales? Isn't that what that do? Isn't it asking questions and being curious? Isn't that what sales really is?
I have no idea, honestly. I'm just a podcast host. I don't know the definition of these things. That's
Oh,
funny,
okay.
Michelle. But you're right. I think that the culture they've fostered here by requiring that has just become, part of the big flagship that EXP is compared to other brokerages.
100%.
Because a lot of people come into brokerages and they don't want to share their secrets, and the expert real estate agents, don't really want to mentor them.
When
secrets, nothing.
When talking about that syndrome right there, when I first came into EXP, Mark Z, he's like, hey, you really should sign up under Kurt Shewell, who's been a blessing in my life. You really should sign up under Kurt Shewell because here's how we can leverage this opportunity for you if you sign up under Kurt, right? That's what he said. And he's like, and I'm like, why do you want me to sign up under Kurt? And he goes, because I want to help you. Okay. So I'm coming from the old school mindset of why are you helping me?
Mm-hmm.
You just want to take from me. We're all in competition with each other. So this is my brain. And he's like, because we should do it this way so that we can grow together, the three of us. This would be really good for growth. And I'm like, what do you want back from me? What are you going to take from me? Why are you being nice to me? This doesn't make sense. Are you going to steal my database? Why do you want me? What? Like
how much of a cut of my commission do you get out of this, Miss?
Correct. Yes. Are you going to take money out of my wallet when what's the matter? What's going on? And he's like, he was very, very frustrated with me. If he hears this podcast, he's going to laugh. But he was like, listen, lady, this is how EXP works. The best way for this to be the most profitable and most intelligent business decision is when you really open up and you start working with other people. Mm-hmm. And it took me a while to that's what I'm saying. The biggest surprise to get used to that fundamental change and that shift. Come on. There's so many people in this organization, Chuck Fazio, Dan Beer, Curtis Johnson, right? We can keep going on this list that are opening up their playbooks. Brett Gove really opened up his playbook pretty big, right? Of look at what I'm doing. Come copy my content and see what's working. And you're like, what? Oh yeah. Because if we all collaborate and grow together, then we all sell more houses and our stock price goes up and the total valuation. Oh, got it. I get it.
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. And EXP's done a really good job at encouraging that, right? And making it just part of it, something that people are excited about. It's not so much to some people maybe oh, I got to do the cultural part, but it's really it's not become that. People are excited about the lessons that they teach and the people they mentor. Yeah. And it's become really, really cool to see because a lot of companies out there, brokerages, corporate America, they just don't have a mentorship and chemistry within their company like this, especially internationally. It's incredible.
Yeah. Really
and Michelle, the Icon Award, we've talked about many of the benefits, and you get your cap back in stock, and you get the option to be paid to go to EXPCon and shareholders and a nice glass shiny trophy. So what has been your favorite part about Iconing? Why do you want to do it again?
I'm going to just be honest. I'm in it for the money, girl.
Duh. You don't have to lie. You're not a teacher. It's not because you love kids. It's you like selling houses, you're good at it, and you're going to keep selling more so that you get your cap back.
That's it.
Nobody's judging you for that.
Look, I like logging in and seeing my stock awards. I like seeing that. I like knowing that I'm doing something else to supplement my future and that it's not just going into the broker's pocket. So people, I like the money. You're money hungry. It's all about the money. Look, everybody likes the money. Everybody. I don't care what you say. If you're, I don't like the money. I just like that I could put a pool in my backyard. I don't like the money. I don't do it for the money. I just like that I can go on vacations. Okay. I don't do it for the money, right? I just like that I can get a new car. Okay, wait. At some point, it takes money to get the pool. At some point, it takes money to get the trip. At some point, it takes money to get the car, right? Money gives you options and gives you freedom. Right. So that's the thing that we're buying into, freedom.
Absolutely. I love that, Michelle. And I'm going to put you in a little bit of a scenario here. So I just got my real estate license a couple weeks ago, affiliated with EXP. Everything's great. And I come to Michelle. I'm on your team. your downline, whatever it is. And I haven't even written an offer letter on a home. I don't know what the hell's going on. I've not sold a house. Real estate school teaches you definitions, but nothing more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, Michelle, I'm a rookie in year one. I think I want an icon this year. All right, have this come to Jesus talk with me. What are some goals we set out? Is it realistic? Where are some areas that you may have failed in the past when reaching for icon that I can look to avoid?
Oh.
Let's have this talk.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So you want an icon this year. So yes, we do. We set a plan. Okay. What's realistic for you? How many homes are you going to be able to sell per month? When, all of that. We're going to outline all of that. Right. And then some of the things that I have noticed to be mindful of. And I just had this conversation seriously on Wednesday with another agent at EXP. She's like, I'm getting really busy and I want to hire a buyer's agent and someone on my team. And I was like, and you want an icon. So make sure your units are going to be equal enough, right? Once you get to 100% commission, that you can support those transactions with the buyer's agent and not compromise your icon status. Don't just be giving away those deals. You need to make sure that you're working a structure where you're still going to be able to achieve your goals and they can achieve theirs. Because those deals are super important. So I wouldn't want you to dilute what it is you're trying to achieve for the benefit of other people. So I'd really kind of put you in check on that first and just make sure that that's something that's really going to be in alignment for you,
Right.
Because I wouldn't want you to get to that number, depends on how many deals it is for you and your price point, right? Where you're giving it away. Like another lady that I work with, she and her boyfriend are partners and they co-listed a couple properties together. And she's like, I'm going to miss the icon. I'm like, why did you do that? Why did you do that?
You gave it away.
Don't do that.
For a stupid boy.
For a boy. Don't do that. I'm like, you can figure this out in a different way. I was like, you got to take, so I would have that kind of conversation about just making sure that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's so you can go for the win and have it be a success and a win.
Yeah, planning it all out. I like that a lot.
Yes.
That's the first time I've had to look at the buyer's agent perspective, right? Because you gotta, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And, making sure to see what's ahead though is also good.
Yeah.
Just
I had
your mentors.
several people that have cut icon in my organization a little too close. Mm-hmm. Like they've had 3 deals fall out of escrow that they didn't expect were going to fall out of escrow. And I'm like, don't you wait till the last minute. If your calendar year is up in July, you need to have that stuff done in May.
Yeah.
You need to give yourself a margin in case something falls apart to clean it back up and put something back together again. So
that's crazy, but that's it's good to be looking ahead on stuff like that and being aware of it. And rookies lean into your mentors. They see stuff like this. You don't want to be missing out on icon because of something like that. And Michelle, we are coming close to 25 minutes here. And I'm on my final question. Of course, we can still talk, but I'm just kind of letting you know where we're at as far as these questions go. But for somebody that's sitting on the fence about EXP, right? They see the greener grass and the collaboration and the culture and the financial freedom, right? Mm-hmm. The opportunities that EXP agents are offered over here. But other brokerages, they're throwing rocks at things that shine, and they're like, don't go over there. It's a pyramid scheme. It's a cult. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So to somebody watching right now, what would you have to say to them about making that jump?
I think other brokerages like to talk a lot of smack about EXP when they haven't spoke to someone at EXP to get the real deal information. And so there's so many lies about this company. I just had a friend of mine join me in Ohio, and she's like, other people were saying this. And I'm like, and she's like, but what you're telling me, that's not true. And I was like, correct. She's like, I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. And I go, there is. Yes, and she's like, well, now that you're telling me the truth, this actually makes more sense. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it does, so that's my best advice for those people that are hearing all of the poo-poo or the pyramid scheme, or it sounds crazy, or it sounds risky, and they're judging from their armchair. They should really get up off the armchair, make a phone call someone that they trust that will really walk them down the path and show them how this could really be a benefit to them.
No, absolutely. I agree.
And if it's not, it's not.
It's about getting with somebody that you know, like, and trust to lead the way. Because I've met a lot of icons that were like, like I was pitched kind of wrong, right? Like they didn't set it up to something that I was looking for at the time, even though this company was what I was looking for. They were pitching me on different aspects. So even if you are trying to recruit, get to, know, like, and trust that person that you're trying to recruit so that you can actively, relay to them what they're looking for and if EXP has it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big deal. That's why I went to my friend Mark, who I trusted and worked with and knew well. And, that's why I sought him out about this company. I mean, the truth is I heard about it from somebody else to start. And that person said, your friend Mark just got kicked out of Keller Williams and went to EXP. And I was like, well, I'm going to call him.
Right. Like, I don't care for the gossip.
I don't know you. Thanks for the gossip. I'm going to find out why. Thank you for letting me know. That's interesting.
Thanks for the hot lead. I'll be right back. I'll make a phone call. And then here you are, all these years and transactions and everything else later, killing it at EXP, iconing, getting that cat back in stock. And whoever's watching right now, like, oh yeah, cat back in stock. Go talk to your broker and ask for your cat back. And let me know how it goes. In any way, shape, or form. Be like, can I get my cat back?
Good luck. We'll get back somehow. Like, just ask them.
They'll give it back to you in a plaque, a $3 plaque. You're welcome.
I'm going to use that. I love that.
Or somebody the other day was like, Yetis are cool, but they're not $16,000. And I'm like, oh, this isn't worth $16,000 to you.
Wow. Yeah, no, I think you can get them at like any trophy shop for like $300.
Yeah. If even, right?
If even a nice one.
I think you can get them at Hobby Lobby for T-ball teams and get a little cricket to put the name on it.
Actually, I did get my niece's one from Target.
Oh, see?
And, yeah, it said adulting. And I got when they moved out. They got a little adulting trophy.
I need one of those. Where's mine? I'm gonna call my auntie and my mom. I need my adulting trophy.
Yeah, there you go.
In real estate, other brokerages, they'll give you a plaque for anything nowadays. They'll do anything but give you your cat back. So
I love that. You should call your broker. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, really, honestly, I had an icon agent tell me that, and I was like, yep, that's the perspective we all need to be looking at when it comes to weighing out EXP. The numbers just make sense.
They do.
Pros and cons.
Even with our stock in the toilet right now, they make sense. Like people, I had someone trolling on, trolling this weekend on social, and they're like, EXP, blah, 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 agent count. And I'm like, whoa, project it out. We've only been around for 11 years. You're comparing us to Realogy. Do you know what Realogy consists of? Century 21, Coldwell Banker, Better Homes and Gardens, right? Like the ERA, the list of conglomerate that Realogy is compiled of, and the number of agents, and they've been around since the 70s, right? So I'm like, that's like a 40, 50-year-old, 50-year-old company, probably. Century 21, damn near. A 50-year-old company compiled of like a whole bunch of brands. I'm like, if you forecast our projections out for the number of agents and the units that we're doing, we're rocking it. We are beating the average units per agent. My God, we're like in the top 5, something like that. Yeah. It's
incredible. And if you're playing that numbers game, if you're looking at the pros and cons, scale it, right? Like make sure you're looking at there.
Scale it out.
Since the 70s, and we've been here for 11 years. We're the fastest growing real estate company. Just fastest growing. Like that's just what it is.
Right now, EXP's is averaging 8 deals per agent. And if you look at some of these other brands, like I think it was like Realogy. I have to look at my numbers because I have them in my phone. I actually want to even pull them up right now, but we're going to run out of time. But we're doing phenomenal in comparison to other companies. Phenomenal.
It's true. And when you're looking at it, make sure you scale it. Make sure you're, asking questions. People at EXP are happy to answer them. And of course, I'll say it again. People throw rocks at things that shine. So Don't drink the Kool-Aid of the other brokerages.
There we go.
For EXP. Well, Michelle, as we're wrapping up, we're coming over 30 minutes. Is there anything you want to leave the listeners with before we say goodbye?
I appreciate this conversation. This was nice. It took us a little while to get it together. But no, I appreciate you having me on. This is what you're doing, the work that you're doing, Gianna and Justin too. The work that you're doing is needed and it's appreciated. And I would say keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Michelle. And I will be at EXPCon and shareholders. So hopefully we'll be able to touch base soon.
I'll see you there. See you at your
Sounds good. Thank you.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.